G'day everyone out there, Rob Borsak Jr. here from Team SFF, and this week we have for you Mark Banasiak and myself headed up to the 30th anniversary of the Shooters Fishers Farmers Party. We had a big shindig at Kundabung at Old West Guns, the home of Pete Richards and the Mid-North Coast branch of the party. So we sat down with a few people that really matter to us. We also had a few special guests and enjoy us having a chat to everyone while the party goes on in the background. It was a great night. We'll see you next time.
I thought I'd try.
Oh, yeah. Never know your luck.
Chance,
right, that's right.
Right, so g'day everyone out there. Mark and Rob Jr. here. We're coming from our 30th anniversary at Old West Guns, and we got the man who runs the show here, Pete Richards, with us.
G'day, folks.
And we wanted to just sit down and have a chat with all the people that matter to us as the party, people that really put in and don't get a lot of credit for it. So thanks, Pete. Thanks for having us tonight, mate.
Thanks for the recognition. Yeah, no, happy to help out.
So do you want to maybe tell us how you got started with the party, Pete, and how long you've been with us?
Yeah, certainly. So I've been a member since you kicked off pretty well. I was only just leaving school when you started, but I've always been passionate about guns since I was about 11, but officially since I was 12, and been collecting Winchesters ever since then. So we had that flyer from 1999 at Maxwell where John Tingle came up there, and I remember seeing him up there about that time. I think I joined in 98 or somewhere there. So
wow.
Yeah, so I've been a member for a while.
Yeah.
And work, kids, I didn't have time or money to help, and now I've got a few guns behind me. I don't want to lose them, so I'm happy to work hard and try and keep it going. Yeah.
A lot of Winchesters.
Like my Winchesters and lever actions.
Yeah.
Don't like the bolt actions, do you?
Bolts are for barn doors, mate. Yeah. They'll never take on.
Bolts of a barn, they'll never.
I'll never take on. Fair enough.
I love
Fair
it.
enough.
No, I like them all, and I think we should all stick together. There's no need, the bow hunters should support the shooters, should support the fishermen. We're all hunters. We'll hunt
absolutely.
with a rod or with a bow or with a gun. Yeah, I mean, I'm a cowboy, not an Indian, so I haven't done much bow hunting, but I think rifle's a bit easier, but it's all good fun, and it's all making meat, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's our culture, it's our heritage, and it's important.
Yeah. You got a good spot up here.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we like it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do, obviously, you run our Mid-North Coast branch up here.
Yep.
I've been doing that for many, many years.
That's right.
But you're also super involved in the community. Like, I know that you help out during times of flood, fire. You're out there, delivering hay, delivering supplies to people. So you're not only a big supporter of ours, but you're a big part of this community up here
I just get frustrated. There's a lot of panhandlers that want money and donations, and then it doesn't go anywhere. And I don't like giving donations unless it's going to go to people that help.
Yep.
And a lot of our government support, like in the floods, and you come up at the time and when the fires were on, they were giving rotten hay that horses wouldn't eat, and horses were starving. So I went out and bought hay, and I was happy to do it, and I didn't do it for recognition. I've got a rural real estate business, and it's been very good to me, and my gun shop is. So I want to give a little bit back, and you got to. I think what you put out, you get back in spades. So,
100%.
So it's just that there's just so much waste and so much help that goes to the wrong people.
Yeah.
It's amazing how, when I've done hay runs and the people that don't need it are the ones that want it, and the ones that do need it don't put their hand out. So, because I'm on the ground and living here in the community and know people, you know who needs it and who doesn't. Sort the wheat from the chaff a little bit.
And is that kind of the story up here when those things happen, that government kind of misses the mark a lot? And
I think the government misses the mark in a lot of things, unfortunately. No offence, Mark.
No, I'm not the government. So that's right.
Well, you're in there trying. But look, I think a lot of it's misdirected, and I think there's the assistance money could be used in a lot better ways. Like the fires, they spent 120 grand a drop with a plane dropping fire retardant. Why not spend 100 grand the year before on opening fire trails and doing a bit of back burner?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, Our country's got to burn, and it's got to burn. It's just a matter of when. So why not do it in the winter? Don't hurt the animals, but they can't see that. They want to lock up all this ridiculous. We're just talking about in our meeting this great. I don't know how it's great Koala National Park. It's not real great for anyone, and it's not going to be great for the koalas when the next fire comes. They can't even open a road on it so that they can get a fire brigade. So what are they going to do? Get air tankers in, and they're going to cover the whole east coast of Australia like last time. It's just lunacy. But anyway, we can talk about it anyway.
Well, you have to start talking, mate, and then hopefully someone starts listening. If you don't talk, no one listens.
That's right.
Yeah, right. Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks, mate.
Very good.
Really really appreciate the years and years you put into this party. So,
too, mate. We love your work. We love
we
you.
do.
Means a lot to us. What you're doing too. We've got to keep them. I've got a couple of guns out there. I don't want to lose them.
That's it.
100%.
We all do.
100%.
That's it. Good on you, boys.
Too easy.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Okay, guys, we now have Pete Johnson with us, a long-time party member and supporter. So, Pete, do you want to tell us a bit of a story about how you got started with the party, how long you've been with us?
Well, going back, I think to 2010, 2009, 2010, and Rob Borsak and Robert Brown came out to an Nepean Hunters meeting. I'd only just recently joined Nepean Hunters, and I lived in Nathan Reese's electorate of Toongabbie at the time.
Ooh.
And I've always been a fishing advocate, as you knew, and for the high tide program on 2KY and 2SM, and Nathan Reese broke a handshake deal with me and fishermen about marine parks. And the two Roberts came out to Nepean, and they wanted to know, if anybody had any gripes. I did, so I put my hand up, and rest is history. I stood for that election when Reese, 2011 it was, when Nathan Reese bailed out. So first time we'd run a lower house seat, I believe, and I got 6% of the vote or something. First time we've ever done something. I beat the Greens, so I got third place.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that was it. Been part of the party machine ever since. This is my second stint as vice chairman. And I've had a tilt at the lower house. I've had a tilt behind your dad, Junior. Number 2 on the ticket for the upper house there back in 2013 or 2014. And look, let me tell you, the difference between New South Wales and other states is that we didn't have Rob Junior and Smithy and Robert Brown and John Tingle. And John Tingle was a great mentor to me, and Dave Cook, both great mentors to me. And as you know, Mark, Dave Cook was an absolute scholar. And
he was.
And Tingle was he was a firebrand, and so struck a chord with me too, as much as your dad does as well. All plain shooters, straight shooters, plain talk. Get on with the issue and get a result. And if we didn't have the likes of your dad there, we'd be in the state that some of the other states in the country are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Mark, what you're doing in the fishing portfolio is just leaps and bounds, because that was originally my intent. If I got elected, I'd take over fishing, and I think you're doing a far better job than I ever would have.
Well, I appreciate it, Pete. Coming from you, as I said, you're a bit of a fishing legend, both Rec.
Yeah, we're here to give compliments to you, mate, not the other way around.
And commercial, so I mean,
I don't give compliments, mate. My compliment is to see if we get to carry on that we've been doing for generations. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I don't have the temperament for politics now. My fuse is shortened up.
It's gone faster.
Yeah, I think I'd be dragging somebody out of their seat and thumping them these days. Or clocking them, as your dad would say.
Yeah, the transition into curmudgeon has started, has it?
But it'd be a case of, if you've ever been to India, here, get this India whack.
Right, no.
But no, it's if it wasn't for the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party, we'd certainly lost some ground that we still have at the moment. I mean, I made a comment today, Tara Moriarty, about the, she's supporting the wines, and I said it'd be great to have a nice Sauv Blanc with a grape.
With a grape, I saw that,
She's still copping grief over the Draper.
I'm not going to forgive her for that.
Because
that was pandering to emotions, and that was even against her own department's advice, mate.
I know. Yeah. She didn't talk to me for 6 months after that. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right.
There's, if only I could be so lucky. there's some great minds in the fishing games, like Max Castles, John Burgess, Stan Constantaris, and you know, myself, Bob McCone, like me and Sharky.
Bob.
Yeah.
We go back. God, we started off Anglers Action Group.
Yeah.
That's how far we go back, and I knew Bob even before then. And so, yeah, as a fishing advocate, I guess I'm looking at over 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because go back, I was president of the New South Wales Fishing Clubs Association
Yep.
back then. I succeeded Bruce Shoemaker, so we'll go back a fair way.
Yeah.
And to see that what we could have been like. Sitting on fisheries advisory committees, I learned how crooked they are. They come up with an idea, then they work out the public consultation to arrive at their idea.
Yeah.
You know, so the result's there. And it's like we said when we did our podcast, Junior, when, you know, we're told we'd have a say in the matter if you bought a licence.
Yes.
Then they changed it to a fishing fee receipt. It's not a licence. And we're not really stakeholders.
Not stakeholders, that's
and,
right.
you know, like, the snakes are in the pit, mate.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So, look, hey, all I can say is, wow, 30 years in New South Wales Parliament.
Yeah, it's huge.
You know, like John Tingle started that movement. Roy Smith, Robert Brown, Rob Borsak, and now yourself, Mark. So, 2027. I hate to say it, I'm not running.
Can't twist your arm?
Nah.
Man, he's living the life up there.
Yeah, I've got to
living the life.
now, and I hate going to Sydney now, you know.
Oh, mate, I don't blame you. Took us an hour to get out of Sydney today.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, from the airport.
And it only took us an hour to get up here.
Yeah, I know, right?
So,
yeah.
but, you know, I think the fight's still a long way from over, and while ever, I hate to say it, but ever the Greens got Labor's ear, they're always going to be the political opponent.
Yeah, and we got to be there.
They're not our enemy; they're an opponent.
Yeah.
All right. So the AJP, they're enemies, right? And fast out national and the coalition, like they're our enemies because they went against us on the conservation hunting bill.
Both sides of politics have completely disowned us.
Yeah.
So we've got to look after ourselves.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you know, the Lord helps those that helps themselves. So we're blessed.
Yep. Absolutely. Awesome.
Dad, how many more terms you want to run?
I'll see how I go. I might move to Old Bar with you.
Mate, there's always...
We're the same age, did you know? We are. How old are you?
Oh, 44.
44. I'm 41.
Yeah.
I'm 50, so look at it.
I carry it well.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Pete. All right, we now have Daniel Spears from Grafton, another long-time member of the party. Daniel, you wanted to tell us how you got started with the party, how long you've been with us, what you do
that's easy.
in the party.
I can't calculate the years, but I joined as soon as I could when I was 18. I remember I think we were in Lismore. The party was the shooters party back then. And obviously I'd gone through the 1996, the old man having to hand in many of his prized treasures, and I was pretty upset, and I said, Dad, why do we have to hand them in? And he said, well, they've changed the law and that's what we've got to do. So I was pretty peeved as a young bloke, I remember that. And can't remember which election it was, but I was in Lismore. I think I was probably the only person there, or maybe a couple other people in the whole place who would put their hand up to hand out. And it was pretty fun actually. I remember we were, I don't know what it was, it's North Lismore, up the hill. Got like, 50 handouts, that's all you got, and you had to recycle them. And sat right next to a lovely lady from the Greens Party. And that was a really interesting day.
And now she's your lovely wife? No, I'm just kidding.
And no, I picked her well before that. She was well and truly vetted. Actually, our first date was...
she's never voted Greens for the record.
Can I divert?
Yeah, absolutely.
So our first actual date with my lovely wife now, I took her duck shooting.
Beautiful.
Duck hunting.
Beautiful.
There you go.
She's been smitten. She's been smitten ever since.
As soon as she hopped in and started helping me clean those ducks, I might have been, actually I won't say how old I was, I knew. I was like, she's pretty good. She's getting in and help me clean these ducks.
Awesome.
That's a good one. So very, very young age, obviously pretty annoyed and peeved off about the law changes.
Yeah.
And got involved ever since, and since then I've met so many great people. One of my best mates, old Cole, he's standing over there. I met him through the party actually when I moved back home, back to the Clarence.
Yeah.
Back to Golmerad, Townsend. And I was putting my hand up to say, where do I get some paperwork for the next election?
Yep.
Someone said, oh, a bloke round the corner, his name's Cole, there's his address, go and see him. And we rocked up and went into his shed, saw a deer on the wall, and I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And that's it. We've been handing out ever since and hunting ever since together.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so you obviously got a branch up there.
Yep.
Based out of your club, and it's a pretty strong family branch. We were up there recently,
Yes.
and I love that you guys had that whole family community atmosphere. It made me quite jealous of you guys.
Well, it's
get
one of
together
those.
like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we want. You got to get the next generation in.
Yep.
I mean, I look around and often I'm still the youngest guy in the room. You
Tell
know,
me about it.
Tell me about it.
with you know, you have branch meetings, committee meetings, and that sort of stuff, and it's quite sad when you look around and me at 44 is one of the younger guys.
Yeah.
So these old fellas and ladies have been battling for years and years and years, and they're out there standing in the heat come election day, and it actually really peeves me off that the young generation aren't putting their hand up and take some pressure off them.
Yeah.
So with our club, and obviously with the branch as well, we focus heavily on the family, because you know it's like you can walk into a range sometimes and it's pretty strict, it's pretty stuffy, and it can be intimidating if you're new to the sport. Whereas we try to make it as easy as possible for people to turn up.
Yep.
And we had a club meeting just the other day, and it's great to see people bringing their kids. They'll bring their partners. We've actually got a pretty high proportion of ladies and juniors in the club come through. So our age spread is from junior 12-year-old right through to 80 something.
Yeah.
And it's not stacked one way. It's not stacked to the old or the new. It's really well spread.
Yeah.
And that's something I think we're pretty proud of. And my wife Kel, she does huge amount of work.
She sure does.
Yeah.
While I do lots of talking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm good at.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, well, stick to our strengths. She's a good organiser.
Yep.
why
You
you
get
made
your
it.
boys into it. You're carrying the torch. That's what we want, mate.
Absolutely. Look, the boys, two older boys, very keen on hunting. We get into I've gotten into the deer, pigs, goats. Not as many rabbits as what we used to have on the properties we hunt, which I love hunting rabbits. It's
good fun.
and eating them as well. If you know how to cook them, they're good tucker. The boys like fishing as well, and my two younger ones now will be the next ones I try and get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And eating it. That's one of my primary things, is getting in game meat, bring it home.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised, well, probably you guys wouldn't be surprised, but most people would be surprised how many people we can get to understand what we do, or at least see without, kicking us into the dirt and ignoring what we do, by feeding them.
Yep.
Like, so many people, I'll cook venison backstrap.
Yep.
First time they've ever had game meat. Feed it up to them. They're a bit iffy at first, and they tuck in. The funniest one's when you see the 2 and 3 year old kids just come up and just slam it.
Yeah, that's
and
my
they
kids.
Go, oh, little Johnny, I've never seen them eat meat before. They don't like eating meat.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you've been feeding them the wrong meat.
100%. It tastes different, mate. It tastes
And
different.
That to me is probably, if not the most satisfaction, aside from the whole hunt and the pursuit and the time spent in the bush and what it does for my mental health of being out away from the office.
Yep.
Back at home, I can relive all that by just consuming and cooking, and the pride that comes into looking after that sort of stuff is, I love it.
Yeah.
And that's how I think we convert a lot of people.
100%. I'm with you.
All right. Well, thanks, mate.
Thanks very much,
Go and
mate.
enjoy the rest of the 30th.
Oh, you don't want me to keep talking? I could be here all night.
I know you could.
Don't worry about that. Righto. So Ethan's joining us here from Victoria, from Team SFF Victoria.
G'day.
So thanks for making the trip up, mate, for the 30th.
Glad to be here, mate. It's been a momentous occasion.
Yeah. Having a good time?
Absolutely fantastic time. I love coming up to New South.
Awesome. What's your mate here?
This is Winnie. This is my lovable pet. She loves to come on all sorts of trips with me. So
What breed's Winnie?
she's a German Shepherd, full German Shepherd.
Yep.
And just loves life. Oh, and
loves the microphone.
Love the microphone.
Yeah.
Wins. Come here, Andy. There we go.
Sit down, Wins. All right, so you can swing that in.
Yeah. So how long? We're just talking to obviously long-standing members of the parties. People that a lot of people don't see. when they see the party. So how long have you been involved with SFF?
I joined in 2013, just before the party got registered in Victoria. I wasn't part of getting the party started in Victoria, but I did start volunteering in 2015. I saw them at the 2015 SHOT Show in Melbourne, and they had quite a small booth, and I thought, crikey, a party like this should have a larger booth, should have a more imposing presence. And they said, well, we don't have a lot of money and we need volunteers and all that. And I said, well, sign me up, I'm happy to help. And lo and behold, I've been part of the party executive for almost 9-10 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great fun.
Yeah.
And now you're working for the party too?
Yeah, I work full time for the party. I do basically all the shows, the events, field days, 4-drive shows.
Yep.
I manage all the branch meetings and things like that. And I'm also the party treasurer in Victoria too.
Yep. What's the reception that you get down there in Victoria?
Always been good.
Awesome.
The fact that we've had some really significant wins, most recently obviously with the duck hunting stuff that we've had to deal with in Victoria, that's been a really good win for us. Plus also we've gotten a few good motions up. Jeff recently has got a Hunters for the Hungry motion, we're calling it in Victoria.
Yes.
It's a initiative run with the SSAA.
Yep.
Basically, state government in Victoria is obviously helicopter culling deer. We want them to collect that deer, process it and hand it off to charities.
Makes
it's
total sense.
Fantastic program being done out of New Zealand. I think this year they donated about 12 tonnes worth of venison to charities.
Yeah, that's Hunters for Hope, right?
Hunters for Hope, that's right. And we're seeing some amazing results out of New Zealand. We want that in Victoria as well. Awesome. If government are going to shoot deer and just leave it, well, no. The thing to do is actually give it to charities.
Utilise them, mate.
Yeah.
And look, Victoria celebrated their own anniversary
That's
last
right.
year.
You were there, Mark.
I
Yes.
came
Yes,
down
you
a bit,
did.
so you've done the return trip.
I have done the return trip.
10 years.
Exactly, yeah. Last year was our 10th year in Parliament. We were first elected in 2014, and I don't know, we've actually haven't officially mentioned this, but last year we gave Jeff and Nicole Borman life membership to the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party Victoria.
Yeah, absolutely well deserved.
It was fantastically deserved. They've done an amazing job to get the party started and continue to run the party here in Victoria too. So
We love you, Jeff. We love you, Nicole.
Yeah,
all the work you do.
Sorry to be here.
Yep.
No, Jeff's had a very busy week in Parliament and he's a bit knackered, so...
Yeah, I've seen him now. I can tell he's knackered.
Pretty knackered, mate.
I know the feeling, Jeff. I know the feeling all too well. Yeah.
So what brought you into the world of the party? What world did you come from on the constituency side?
So politically while I was a construction worker, obviously home CFMU and all that, typically a Labor voter. My family had voted Labor in the past, but 2007 really was a turning point for me, where the then incoming Rudd government was saying, and had the CFMU say, hey, vote for the Greens to get rid of work choices. You guys will remember work choices.
Yeah.
And I thought, Greens, construction, forestry, mining, energy union.
Yeah.
Forestry, mining, energy. You're advocating for a party that wants to get rid of the three things in your name. That's where I saw on a ballot paper back then was Shooters and Fishers. Oh, that's quite cool. And I looked these up online, and that's when I started voting for the party. And as I said, didn't officially join until 2013.
So you came from the politics side rather than the shooting, fishing, farming side?
I'd always been not so much a shooter. Obviously, I've been shooting
You went
for
to
a while
shot
now.
shows and that sort of stuff, like you said?
Exactly. I've been more of a forward driving and camping guy. I do love my sort of remote travelling and desert stuff. I took a trip to the Flinders Ranges earlier this year, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Really, really nice place.
I saw some photos. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed it. But as I've sort of worked with the party and now in this full-time role, understanding more about how important it is to sort of maintain what we have and protect what we have.
Yes.
Because as we always say, as I always say to people, once it's gone for good.
Yeah, it's not
and it's a
coming back,
very hard slog to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Sounds like you guys are fighting the same crazies who just want to take things away and replace it with nothing.
Absolutely. I mean, we have a very diverse crossbench in Victoria in the upper house. We have obviously Animal Justice Party, Legalised Cannabis Victoria, and the Greens. They're part of the progressive crossbench in Victoria. They actually have the numbers. So a lot of the stuff that you've seen come out of Victoria has been because that progressive crossbench has voted with the numbers, and they have voted with the government, and they have the numbers. We also have the Libertarians and One Nation.
Same. Well,
same.
Sort of.
And obviously, Jeff. Jeff is our only MP in Victoria. So, with only one MP, we've actually done quite a lot.
Yeah,
It's been really good.
definitely.
Yeah.
Punching above your weight for only one.
You certainly are. Yeah.
Jeff's a very safe pair of hands.
He certainly is. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, look, hopefully in 20 years' time, we'll be able to come down to Victoria and
Fingers
celebrate
crossed,
30
yes.
years
100%.
in Vic Parliament.
It would
It'll be a lot grayer.
It would be a little
Yeah.
bit more greyer in the beards and things like that.
We might be in Zimmer. I might be in a Zimmer frame the way I'm feeling at the moment. So we'll see how
we
go.
have an election next year that is going to be quite critical. We are facing a lot of competition from other like-minded parties. Any support that you guys and or anyone else out there in Shooters, Fishers, Farmers Party, Land of Victoria. We've won a lot, but we, as I said, have to maintain what we have.
So SFF Victoria, any supporters, constituents, voters? Ethan's your man. Get in touch with Ethan.
I'm one of many people. It's not just me. We have a really good team. But the more volunteers we have out there on birds, the better.
100%. 100%.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you very much,
No
guys.
worries. We'll let you get back to the party.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, we're now here with Todd, local party member.
Yep.
How long have you been involved with the party?
Officially a member probably only 4 or 5 years, but I've been helping out with like this sort of thing for 10 years or so.
Yeah.
You're running the smoker here tonight for us all.
Yeah, I've been running the smoker,
Unreal,
cooking
mate.
all the game meat.
Yeah. Lots of rave reviews. Everyone's got full bellies.
That shit'll spot on. That
The
shit'll
pork
spot on.
ribs, I can't. Not enough meat on it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you get what you get when you get it from the butcher.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but the cheetle back straps.
They were divine,
Perfect.
weren't they?
Perfect.
Yeah, melted in your mouth.
Yeah.
And what a great resource, hey?
Yeah, 100%.
And there's plenty of them around here,
It's
eh?
free, it's walking around,
Yeah.
it's organic, it's free
How you can
range,
call that a pest? Unreal.
healthy, one of the healthiest red meats on the planet.
How anyone calls that a
absolutely.
pest and just shoots it and leaves it is beyond me.
No, that's just criminal.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolute
Yep,
criminal.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you come to us from what part of the world brings you to us?
So I'm local here.
Yes.
Wauchope.
Yep.
We have a business in Port Macquarie,
Yes.
and
And what brought you to the party? Like what made you want to become a member and get involved?
yeah. Well, you could definitely see. That's what I have a little hobby farm.
Okay.
I don't earn a living from it, but
Yep.
I run some cattle to chew the grass, pay the rates, etc.
Yep.
I like that sort of lifestyle, so that attracted to me. Huge fisherman, love to fish,
Yep.
and also obviously I love to hunt, and involved here at the Kempsey Pistol Club
Yep.
as well. So the stars aligned, and I just went, yeah, absolutely, got to be on board. I put it off too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing as the big issues now coming up?
Locally here, obviously with this koala park,
Yep.
we have a huge industry. Wauchope is Timbertown. Everyone knows Timbertown.
Yep.
So it's a massive killer to this economy.
Yeah.
People will just go, like there'll no reason to hang around because there's not that much economy income.
Yep.
Yeah. And
It's sad.
it's all those sort of 40 to 50-year-old
Absolutely.
workers that
Yep.
essentially have been
Multi-generational.
Yeah, but they've been left behind. They're not getting any support, and they're going to find it really hard to retrain and find another job. And,
Absolutely. And then you got off the back of that, like the Herons Creek sawmill here.
Yeah.
How many logging trucks are around this area? Like that's going to affect. Brian Smith lives over the hill at Walker.
Yep.
He's like one of the largest trucking blokes around. Like, it's not just the timber industry; it's the knock-on effect that it has.
It's the mechanics that work on the rigs.
Yep.
It's
Everything that goes into the industry.
They don't think about the rock and the pond analogy.
Yeah.
The ripple effect.
Yeah, they think you're all just going to retrain to be baristas.
We can all be eco-tourists.
Eco-tourists. Yeah. Well, maybe physiotherapists to massage all the tourists because they get stiff necks from looking up for 3 hours trying to find one of these things. So
No, it's a real shame.
Yeah. So it's look. Even the people that support the national park as it is, still have disagreements about how it should be managed.
Yeah.
No one. There's no one out there outside, Macquarie Street that thinks you should lock it up and leave it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's really no one that believes that. So even if they do get what they want, people still think it should be timbered. They still think it should be burnt, and they still think it should be shot. They still agree that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing that all over the
timber
place.
industry is one of the highest regulated industries around.
Yeah, and they keep moving the goalposts.
Yes.
And the guys have to jump and comply within 24 hours notice, and then they get slapped if they don't.
We have
it's tough.
One of our local families up our way. He's coming to do some work experience with us. His brother all but had a job on Friday afternoon. It was like, yep, we're going to sign you up as an apprentice.
Yep.
Plant mechanic, you'll be able to work on the machines, all different sorts of side of things. And then Sunday night got the phone call to say, I've got to lay everybody off. I don't even know if I have a business come Monday morning.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the businesses are thinking, do I slowly starve to death as a business over 2-3 years? I just pull the pin now. It's devastating.
It's not a situation people should be placed in.
No.
They're not hard-working people.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. We're with you. So look, there's fights to come. We're happy to fight them. That's what we do. We fight for the people that want to fight.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of our overlap. That's a lot of our core business is fighting for people that want to fight. So
definitely, and I think that's another reason why I sort of was attracted to this party. It's still them core values of people. You can relate to it. Like who on the east coast of Australia doesn't know a fisherman?
I know, right?
Everybody goes fishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I know. And then on the flip side of that, a lot of people shoot paper, metal silhouette targets, etc. And people kind of have a problem with that, but don't really.
Yeah.
Then on the hunting side, I think, you're killing an animal. But what do you think our ancestors did back in the day?
But if you serve it to them on a plate, they're more than happy to eat
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
That cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
They just can't associate. Yeah.
Well, we've had it
ridiculous.
Here in the past when Peter had, it would have been, have to be 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When it was underneath his garage just behind us here. One of the guys' ex-wives now, let's not go to that story. She said, no, I'm not having the sausages because that's Bambi. And then she seen us eating this minute steak. She thought it was minute steak. And Hayden gets up and his wife at the time goes, could you get me some of that minute steak? That looked really nice. And and Hayden's like,
don't say a word.
Don't say a word. Anyway, I come back and she goes, that was the best minute steak I've ever had in my life. Yeah. And then everyone sort of smirked and giggled and she goes, I just ate Bambi, didn't I?
Got her.
She goes, well, I must admit, it's good. Yeah. It was tasty.
Yeah. And that's what gets everyone. I'm with you.
We might leave it there because I think I'm being called to the stage.
Yeah, I can hear that. Mark's turn to talk. So.
Yeah, so thanks very much, Todd, for the work that you do.
Todd.
Thanks for the beautiful meat.
All right, so we're going here. The party's still going. We've all had dinner. We're having a great time. And now we're here with Steve Bower, who was another party legend, been around for a long time. And now he's living civilian life.
Yes.
Up here, not far.
Not horrifically far from here. I'm in Tenterfield, so it's a good 5-hour run. But
well, that's easy for you, given the cars that you used to drive.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Yeah, my car used to know the road down better than I did. I'd almost put it on cruise control and come down to Pete's all the time. I'd be here usually once a fortnight, if not once a week, and it was very easy to spend money here. And now I've got my own gun shop. I sort of. Like you want to grow up to be Pete Richards when you're a small backyarder, like he's the backyarder we all just want to be if and when we get the business going. So
So now you're away from the party. How is civilian life treating you?
Good, sort of at the coalface of retail firearms and a little bit of recreational fishing sort of side of things as well, keeping the ore in there. As you know, I'm sort of still doing a bit of high tide radio and still keeping abreast of the politics situation because there's no two ways about it. Owning a fishing rod, owning a firearm in New South Wales or in Australia generally, it's a political act.
100%.
There's no two ways about it. If you have a firearm, politics is taking an interest in you, and if you don't take an interest back, then you're kidding yourselves.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
So if we rewind back from civilian life, when did you start with the party?
I did the 2011 election. I did a 6-month stint as a state organiser for that. So it was, they sort of started out slow and then built up. And that was the first time the party shooters and fishers at that time really paid staff and sort of traditionally we'd always been a very grassroots organised party and still definitely still are, but in terms of organisation, that was the first year that we really stepped it up a notch. And I mean, to be honest, like we stepped it up a notch. We had, I think, in the entire electorate of Barwon, I think we had maybe 6 or 7 booths filled, and we were ecstatic with that on election day. This is no pre-poll. We did not do any pre-poll. There are a few real dyed-in-the-wool guys that would do a bit of pre-poll here and there, but nowadays elections, and it's changed so much. That
the majority of it is pre-poll.
Majority is pre-poll, 100%. It's getting to 50-50, which is terrible for the small schools and so forth that used to rely on election day. They'd have a cake sale and a
sausage
sizzle, maybe a meat raffle, that sort of thing.
I want
changed
on election day.
Jeez.
Just bend that up. There you go. Yep.
This is why we can't have nice things. I want a whole lamb at Ningen at the election day in 2019, I want to say.
That's awesome.
I was at that whole lamb, and I was like, what am I going to do with this lamb? I'm so far from home.
You're on the road.
Like dressed out lamb. I ended up giving it to one of the greyhound people that sort of
awesome.
And they put it on the spit and did a whole big volunteer barbecue. So it worked out well. But whereas now, as I say, getting back to pre-poll, it's such a massive thing, and it's so important to get those booths covered as much as possible. The listener needs to know that the difference in vote is astronomical, and if we don't have a presence there, and it's strange because you'll have people come up and say, "Oh, I would have voted for you, but you didn't have somebody handing out there," and it's like, well, why weren't you handing out there?
There you go.
100%. We should have had somebody there, and that person was you. If you would have voted for us but didn't because there wasn't somebody handing out, should have been you. And to be honest, it's you might not even hand them the how to vote, but they see you're there, and it makes an impact. It really does. And we've got to look at what happens with the Animal Justice Party and the Greens and so forth. They have no problem filling that pre-poll spot with crazy cat ladies. No. In fact, they have a roster and they have people there swapping and changing and so forth every day. As firearms owners, as fishermen, as farmers, as outdoor enthusiasts, four-wheel drivers, you name it, whatever the interest that brought you into the SFF tent, we have to be better at getting out there and putting our foot forward, because for us it's a way of life and we love the lifestyle. For them it's a religion. There's no two ways about it. For the Animal Justice Party guys and for the Greens, it's a religious fever. It's an absolute commitment on their part, and we don't really have that, unfortunately, to that sort of extent. And I think we've got to change that mindset and go, right, we've got to fight fire with fire. We can't fight fire anymore with she'll be rights and
no. I think a lot of our people, all they want to do is be left alone to hunt and fish and enjoy their pastime. And sadly, that's not how it works these days. There are people out there, like you said, the Animal Justice Party, the Greens, who want to see those pastimes cease. So we can't just sit there and wait for that to happen.
Like you say, holding a firearm, holding a fishing rod, it's a political act, unfortunately. You've got a target on you and people want to take it away.
And previously, election days, I've been out to clubs, clay target clubs and things like that, and they say, we would do some volunteering, but we've got to shoot on that day. And it's like, priorities, guys. Make it a club working bee. Get out to the booths. You've got, say, 3 or 4 booths in your town. The club could cover them on election day, if nothing else. At least election day. That's 50% of the vote that we could be covering. Like, we need to do better. We need to do more. Like, there's no reason that the SFF shouldn't be getting 2-3 members in each election cycle. If people realised where the buck stops, where the rubber hits the road, and where the actual results are in terms of things. So you've got these fly-by-nighters of libertarians and LDPs, and they'll march across the bridge with a bunch of people that hate the country and would happily ban fishing and hunting tomorrow. It's the usual suspects. When you see those people and you sort of go, all right, if we can absolutely pick our friends by who our enemies are, and who hangs out with those enemies. There's no two ways about it. Like they might talk the talk. They don't have the runs on the board, and they don't have the best interests at heart.
No, and because they don't do it like we do, like we live and die by our product. Because they don't do that, they can't truly properly represent it because they don't truly understand, why we do what we do.
They haven't got the courage of their convictions.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And they'll make absolute pie in the sky promises. Oh, we'll get you concealed carry, and we'll get you this, and we'll get you that. And it's like, no, the reality is politics is the art of the possible. And that, unfortunately, and nobody's more pro-gun than me, is not possible in Australia. It just isn't. I wish it was. It ain't. And anyone that's selling you, I'm going to get you concealed carry, or I'm going to get you semi-autos back and so forth, just is selling you a line, pardon my French, but it's a line of bullshit.
So, mate, obviously we're with you 100%, so we can talk about all the things we agree on. But let's just talk about a few things. So, you were a member organiser for how many years?
Oh, 10 years.
10 years. And how many Ks do you reckon you did in 10 years?
I'd hate to
traversing across New South Wales.
At least 100,000 a year, usually more.
Wow.
And
more importantly, Grant's not listening. Grant's the treasurer. How many cars did you break?
Oh, so many
Oh,
cars.
you were good at blowing up trucks.
So many cars. I still am. I hate cars.
What is it?
Depreciating assets. I hate them. I'm with your old man in that regard. It's like throwing money at a car. That's just ridiculous.
Well, they don't depreciate when you blow them up, do
no,
they?
That's exactly it. If you kill them dead, they're not going to lose you any more money. It's
that's right.
It's right off.
So he didn't answer his question.
No, he didn't blow up.
So you got to think.
Skilled politician, he just avoided it.
Exactly it. You got to.
Grant's got the receipts.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
We'll bring Grant. We'll bring Grant in shortly and put the question to him.
Well, Grant, I was saying as soon as I rocked up tonight, I hadn't seen him in a little while, and I was like, my God, he's aged. And you can tell we've had how many elections since I left the party. It's like, well, that'll do it. Every election, it's just so stressful for him. When you're the one that sort of got to deal with all the paperwork and all the nonsense that the electoral commissions at state and federal level sort of you absolutely take your hat off to him.
We love him. We do. He's a saint.
He is a saint, but he usually has the patience of the saint, but he's yelled at me a few times.
Has he?
At cars and things like that. Oops. But anyway, he'll get over it.
Grant impersonation, but I won't do it now.
But what else were we going to talk about? Shall we talk about something positive like firearms shops and so forth, and how well they're doing?
So let's give your place a plug. So we've got Tenterfield Firearms.
Look, we're just a 3-day-a-week backyard sort of operation. We sort of. Basically, the police nagged me into starting it. Like they kept
nagged you?
Yeah, because if there's not a dealer within 100 Ks, the police are legislatively obliged to do the transfers and paperwork and all that sort of thing. Last dealer in Tenterfield was the toy shop / barber / he sold a few little guns. He had a limited license, so I think he was limited to 7 guns, and he just did A and B. I had the dream of I sort of dabbled with the idea of doing the club armourer thing, but that's not what the community needed. The community needed somebody that could do farmers' guns and that sort of thing, because the club armourers obviously can only do members of the clubs. So I sort of said, all right, well, I'll get a limited licence. I'll do A, B, C, and H. Which is, we've got 2 pistol clubs in Tenterfield. One's a Federation of Hunting Clubs club, and one's the SSAA. So I said, all right, I'll do that. And the licensing sergeant came out, inspected my place, and then the registry called me the next day and said, he's been in touch with us, and he says you have to have all the licenses. You have to. We're just gonna tick all the boxes for you because you're going to be the amnesty point.
Okay.
So makes sense, and we've had some interesting stuff wander in.
I'm sure you have.
People go, oh, John Howard collected them all. But if you look at the photos of what they collected back then, there were a lot of Lithgow single shots, and there was a lot of just clunkery, rubbish that still comes in. Like every farm up my way has, the old rusty H&R 12 gauge, they'll bring that in. Oh, what can you offer me for that? I say, I will take it off your hands. I cannot pay you for this. I sell those for $50. Like those and single shot 22s, $40-50. Good for new shooters and that sort of thing, or people that just want something for around the house block, that sort of thing. But anyway, but we've had a lot of semi-autos come in. We've had grenades, and we've had all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff, which is cool. Like, it's good to get it off the streets and into some loving homes. I hate the thought of things getting crushed. So
pieces of history.
I was always of the opinion that if we had a gun shop, nothing would go to the crusher, but some stuff comes in and it's just that's a subject for another podcast. Firearms maintenance. Farmers, farmers in particular, like when every problem is a wonky fence, every tool begins to look like a chain strainer. They'll bring in guns, and like I sold a guy a really nice Weatherby, really nice, brand new. Sold it to him. Came in about 3 months later, and he tack welded the rings on it. That's farmers. They're just like, oh, that's a bit loose. Sure, I've got the welder, the Allen key here that Steve supplied with the box, but
she's not going nowhere.
It's not going nowhere. It's just farmers, like when it's a tool, they treat it like a tool, like a hammer, like an axe, and it's just.
Why don't you give them one big plug?
I'm sorry,
why don't you give a shop one big plug?
One big plug, Tenterfield Firearms. You can go tenterfieldfirearms.com.au. I put videos up on all the firearms that wander in the door, so
any gun, big or small, service with a smile.
That's it. Long way to come, but worth the drive, for sure. And I got awesome like coyote skins and raccoon skins, bobcat skins and stuff like that from the States. And
nice.
Lots of interesting stuff.
And you sell them all?
Nobody else. Yeah, I sell a few. And we're doing the Bathurst Arms Fair again in March.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Very, very soon.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be a cracker show. And it's close to Sydney. It's 3 hours from Sydney? 2 hours. 2 hours. Why wouldn't you not go to Bathurst to the Arms Fair?
There you go. So catch them at the Bathurst Arms Fair coming soon.
100%. Catch up with us then.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Steve, thanks for 10 years of service.
March in 2027. And probably November next year. We were just talking with Ethan from Victoria. And we'll probably wander down there for a week and do a bit of pre-poll and election day. It's only Victoria. I mean, they got problems enough as it is. You've got to do what you can for them. Unfortunate bastards.
Well, we certainly appreciate your support.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Okay, we're back again. We now have Shane Djuric. He is our local councillor for Hawkesbury Council. Welcome, Shane.
Thank you. How are you going?
Good.
I'm the second time elected now. This is my second term in council. And I first run for you guys in 2019 for state. And I had, for first time run, very good result. I come third behind the two major parties, obviously. And it was a learning curve for everyone, even my community. So the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers was a new sort of party for the area, and it took a little bit for the community to learn what we were about, and what we can do and who we are. And I think we're fairly widely accepted in the area now, and I think the party will only grow in the Hawkesbury.
So what drew you to SFF initially?
Just pull that mic in a bit, Shane, for us. There you go.
So we had a couple of members with Bob Brown and Robert. They come in.
Sorry, Robert Brown, not Bob Brown, not from the Greens. Remember Bob Brown from the Greens? Not Bob Brown.
Robert Brown, clear that up. So had a couple of members come out on matters affecting the Hawkesbury, and even you, Mark, come out a few times on matters affecting the Hawkesbury, and you just don't get that anymore. I mean, who can ring an upper house member and get them to come out on a matter without, taking a long time or not even getting calls returned? And to be honest, that's why I became political. I had a personal matter, and I wrote to senators or even MPs that were talking about things that were directly impacting me at the time, and they made out like they were championing that sort of thing off their platform, and I wrote quite a few emails, and I didn't even get an automatic response. And you learn very quickly that these people, they come and go and they look after themselves, and nothing changes. So and I met the shooters members, and very genuine guys, and the policies resonated with me and what I do in my life, and the rest is history. I love being a part of the party, and I love trying to grow the brand, and it's easy when your life just aligns with everything the party stands for.
How are you enjoying the 30th tonight?
Oh, it's brilliant, and I think it's a great effort. 30 years of elected members, and and I know there's been some effort at times to try and reduce that, but the party's done really well.
Yeah.
And look, you're a big part of that too. It's we've started to delve and dabble into local council, and you've been one of those local councillors that have gone around a few times and stuck with it. So
I think that's the way to go. And you start off in council and get the party known and what you stand for, and it's the level of government that's amongst the people the most, I feel. And you're out there and genuine as the party is, and the people see that, and the brand grows from there. And so I'm hoping to put my hand up to run for state again, and that's where I'd like to represent the people the most. I think a lot of state members come and go, and they're quite laissez-faire with what they do, and we've got a lot of policies coming, and they're not well thought out. And we really need some people in at the state level that do care about the people and want to think about what's being passed.
So what matters to Hawkesbury out there, do you think, in the next election?
Flood at the moment's a massive thing.
Yes.
And also got some land at Taree, and they've had a record flood recently too.
Yes.
And so they're recently finding out they're being impacted by a lack of insurance, and for a long time now they've been calling on their member. They've got two main inlets at Taree, and one of them was blocked, and they've been calling on their member to do something about that for a while. I'm hearing from the people, and they had a massive record flood, and that inlet cleared out, and that's when the water washed away, and now they can't get insurance, and they're being impacted. And what will follow, and it'll be particularly state government will push it at the council level first, and then the state government will try and come in afterwards, where they're going to bring in flood planning levels, and they're going to bring it in at an LEP level, which means people have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for studies before they can lay a brick. And it's nearly looks like a push to feudalism, where only the elites are going to be able to afford to live in certain areas. And if it's brought in, it's brought in a thoughtful manner, we can bring it in at a DCP level. And we can look at how to do it without all the costs of studies and plans and making other people rich at the cost of the average show. So we've got the same problems at the Hawkesbury. Recently we had a flood study done. It was initiated by the state government, and the recommendation wouldn't touch anything that had a low value to cost to council, but of course it arrived at a finding where we should bolster our flood planning levels at a massive height, and we've never had floods at that height. We've only ever had flood over 15.1 flood in the history since colonisation, and we're the third oldest settlement in Australia. So we've had one flood over 15.1 metres, and they wanted to set a flood planning level over 19 metres. And it's just most of the Hawkesbury then that has to pay exorbitant study costs, and it's really just not right. And I think we can do a lot better. And I was party to voting that out, but I'm now working with other councillors to try and bring it in at a DCP level, so that it's there as a guide. DCP is more of how you do something, where an LEP is can you do it, and then that's at the behest of the individual to pay these studies to find out if they can do it.
Right.
So
interesting.
Well, it sounds like you're doing some really good work, and sounds like you're coming at it from a common sense point of view, which is, as you alluded to, we need more of those sort of people in state parliament, local councils, federal parliament, that actually talk common sense. And I think we are a party of common sense policies and pragmatic policies.
Well, that's why I'm part of the party, and to be honest, it's easy when you believe what you're doing and you're honest and genuine.
When the party resonates rather than trying to get a free ride, sort of thing. Couldn't agree more.
Excellent.
So anyway, we're 30 years in, and hopefully we've got another strong 30 years.
30 more.
30 more. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right.
So are we. Awesome. That's it.
Well, we'll let you go and get back and enjoy the the 30th.
All right, mate. Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Righto, we're back again, still going. We're here with
Carlo di Falco.
Carlo di Falco, brand new Tasmanian minted MP for shooters, fishers, farmers in Tasmania. So Carlo's made the treacherous voyage up the east coast and over the roaring 40s to visit us here up in beautiful New South
Come on,
Wales.
it was smooth as silk.
Yeah, it was a quick plane
easy.
ride and then we drove up. It was all right.
And happy to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, mate.
Yep, yeah.
So do you want to give us a bit of a rundown about how you got started with the party, how long you've been with the party, how long did it take for you to get elected? Tell the people your story. I
think I became politically motivated in 1996 like a lot of people. Basically, used to vent by writing letters to the editor and writing the occasional opinion piece when they used to allow me when they used to print them. But about 9 years ago, an acquaintance of ours bumped into Robert Senior at one of the Melbourne gun shows, and talked to him in relation to perhaps starting a branch of the shooters, fishers and farms in Tasmania. So that was round about 9 years ago. I was one of the founding members, and from the start whenever an opportunity came up to campaign for the party, I chucked my hat in the ring. So 8 attempts later, finally got in. Don't know if it was a sympathy vote or because the penny dropped or they recognised the brand, but here I am.
Yep. Stayed in the fight, and now you're fighting
absolutely
in the big house.
Yep, absolutely. So, I made a promise to myself that if I ever got in there, I wouldn't just be warming a seat. I'd be trying to do stuff for regional and rural Tasmanians, fellow shooters, and fellow fisher folk and farmers, obviously. So I'm in there and I'm giving it my best shot.
How long has it been now? 3 months? 4 months?
Yeah, it's around about 2.5 months, something like that.
Yep. So what are the biggest things you've learnt so far, or biggest shocks you've found, or biggest surprises, or being a civilian to now being a politician?
Yeah, mate, more reading than I've ever had to do in my life. Fair income. You just get given volumes, almost on a daily basis. But look, I've got a good bunch of people supporting me. I slotted into Andrew Jenner's old office.
Yep.
So Jackie Lambie Network, for people who don't know.
Gone in Tasmania?
Oh, no, look, he's a nice enough fella.
But the Jackie Lambie Network's now gone.
Yeah, they're now now gone from the Tasmanian
another
scene
flash
anyway.
in the pan party.
So I managed to get his assistant. Very capable person. I've got a really capable advisor, and I've got a media person who works part time for me.
And you've obviously got a good party infrastructure behind you as well.
Absolutely.
That have all been there slogging away with you for the last 9 years.
Yep, absolutely. So so at
next
the moment,
year, 10 years in Tasmania.
Yep.
For the party, which is awesome.
And expect to see you.
We'll be down there.
Okay, good on
Maybe
this.
we'll be doing this down there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No worries. We'll organise it for sure. So it was great to come up here and having a ball.
Yep.
So
No reading tonight, mate.
No reading.
No reading.
Just
no
relaxing.
reading tonight, but as soon as I get off the plane, it'll be back-to-back meetings. So
I know the feeling. Know the feeling.
You're an important person now, Carlo.
You are.
Oh well, I don't know about important. I don't feel any different. I mean, I've only ever been a blue collar worker, so I've never had to do public speaking. So that probably shows, but I do the best with what I got. So
but I think if people appreciate, that it's natural, it's
normal.
It's normal. We are normal people. We just do a really bizarre job.
We've all lived our lives before we came to this. Whereas a lot of the other people don't live a life before they get into it, and And that's kind of the problem that we're in now, right?
Yeah. And like I'm not a professional politician. A lot of them are sort of have gone up this, step by step through, council, union reps, a whole heap of other stuff. So, I just kept plugging away until I got in. So,
So you came from the firearms world before you came into the. So firearms brought you to the party. Is that right?
Well,
Because you are a collector. You are.
Yeah. No, I'm a target shooter, and I'm a hunter as well. So that's my passion.
Yep.
I had intended that once I retired, that I'd take up fly fishing, or take up duck shooting. A whole heap of stuff I intended to do.
Yeah. You also love a safe. That's a fun fact about you.
I do love safe.
He's mad about safes.
I'm a safe collector at the moment.
Yeah, Chris and I came and visited him in Tasmania, and in Hobart. He's showing us around Parliament House and the catacombs. There's like a little bit of like a museum about some old stuff in the basement. And the first thing Carlo walked up when he showed us down there was, "Oh, look at this safe! It's a giant big safe door."
Yeah, the safe door.
What's in there? And he goes, "What do you mean? Look at it! It's beautiful."
It is.
And then Chris told me
it's a thing of beauty. I love safes. Yeah, they're awesome. Yeah.
You collect them, right?
Yeah. Well, I've got a few. Yes.
Heaviest collection in the world.
The heaviest. Well, but that's probably a spin-off of being a firearm owner.
Yes.
So
Yes. I'm with you. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a logical progression.
So what? So what do you think about being up here in New South Wales? Obviously, we had a big drive up here today.
Yes, I did.
What do you see as I don't know. What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? What's
Mate,
in the brief little moment that you've had up here?
I've come and seen a couple of trophy rooms, which really blew me out.
Yeah.
So absolutely. What red-blooded firearm owner or hunter wouldn't be excited about that?
I know. Yes, some of those full mounts are unreal.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll have to up that tomorrow again. We'll show you another one tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
no
see
worries.
how that one goes.
Yeah. No, it's good to see. So, I'm up here and really impressed with the gun shop here.
Yeah.
So, can I give them a plug? Old Western Guns.
Yeah, of course.
Old West Guns. Yeah.
Old West Guns here at Kundabung. Pete Richards.
Yeah.
He's the man. Pete came and spoke to us before.
Yep.
But Carlo, mate, we're loving what you guys are doing down there.
Yep.
You guys have been plugging away. We're a party of true believers.
Yep.
So we're glad that your hard work down there has paid off. And you're seeing some success, and you're getting the limelight that you guys deserve down there.
Yep.
And we just want. Like we love to see our little brother. Just like Victoria's, one of our siblings. Tasmania is also our sibling.
That gets me right here.
It's true. We want to see our siblings flourish and grow.
Absolutely.
Like it's like, we've been at school for 30 years and we can't get out. We can't quite graduate. And now you guys are just starting. We just hope you guys have the same kind of ups and downs and in between. And you learn and work and fight for like you have the Greyhounds thing going down there as well.
Absolutely,
We fought that fight with a premier, a Liberal premier who was disconnected, and now you guys are having the same sort of thing down there. So we just hope that you guys can, galvanise those people down there, just like we did, and we can stick it to those people.
And hopefully we can educate, people who aren't across greyhound racing, because there's a lot of people living in the towns or cities just don't get it. I mean, 100%. They don't understand. With greyhounds, all they see is they see the headline. They don't see the fact, all the dedication and all the hard work that goes into preparing a greyhound. So, they've got them for 2 years before they even race them. So, and you can't tell me that whenever one of their dogs gets injured or hurt, that they're not devastated, because that's a lot of effort on their behalf and a lot of passion involved in that. And the thing is, though, you can't, there is no equation to work out, there's no monetary equivalence for passion.
Of course.
It just is.
Of course.
So,
And that's something that, you know, like, it's just a symptom of our society in the last 20 or so years, that people come to ridiculous conclusions, and it must be a city disconnect thing, but they don't understand animal husbandry anymore.
Yep.
They don't even know what that phrase means.
No.
And you talk about, so you think that a farmer who raises cattle for slaughter doesn't like cattle?
Yeah.
Or you think a deer hunter who hunts deer doesn't like deer?
Yeah.
Or someone that runs a dairy doesn't like cows?
Yeah.
Or someone that races horses and greyhounds doesn't like greyhounds?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just this infantile primary school, you know, and unfortunately now that thinking's in universities, and this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
Where the people are so disconnected that they're not capable of that complex thinking.
Yeah.
That yes, these people like them.
Yeah.
Or just because we kill them and eat them, that means we don't like them.
Yeah.
And because you don't want them dead, that means you do like them.
Yeah.
And that's how simple your politics is.
Yeah.
I want them to leave, you want them to die, therefore I'm good and you're bad. And it's like, how did you get here? Like, like you need, like, it's, you know what, it's very immature.
Some fairly serious mental gymnastics
but it's very immature thinking. Like, I've got a 6-year-old who thinks more complicated than that.
Yeah.
You know, we were watching the debate.
Critical reasoning, I think. Critical reason, I think's the term you're looking for.
Yeah, but look. I picked up my kids from school last week, and we were listening to the debate in the house in the car. And of course, I made my kids listen to it while I'm driving home.
Oh, you're a mean man.
And my daughter said,
you're
"What
a cool dad.
What are they talking about, Dad?" And it was, you know, an MP who was against the bill talking.
Yeah.
I think you know the one, the evil doctor.
Yeah.
And she was talking, and she said, "What's she talking about, Dad?" And I explained it to her. You know, she's someone that doesn't like hunting.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she like hunting? I said, well, she doesn't want people, you know, they don't want people killing things to eat them.
Yeah.
And she said, but deer are so good to eat, and where are you going to get your meat from?
Yeah.
Because we have a household where we get the meat from. Or people just think you can just go and buy it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And then she said, but meat's so good.
Yeah.
And I said, there's some people that don't even eat meat. And she goes,
exactly.
Are they crazy? Meat is so good. It's the best thing because she loves meat.
Absolutely.
It's the best thing.
And not only that, I mean, she's obviously, she's got a growing body, so she needs that protein anyway.
Yeah. I've got a 6-year-old that's 1.35 metres.
Oh,
she's very big.
Be nice to him now because
she eats 2 eggs every morning. So so she's very clued in.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is unfortunately, that's a disconnect. Like that's relatively a rarity now.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone up until, I don't know, I want to say the 1800s, grew up on places where you'd see someone knock the head off a chook and you'd eat it, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty normal.
Well, you had to. Yeah.
You had to.
Yeah.
Whereas now, no one understands that.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're a small minority that lives in the bush, so you outsource all that.
Yeah.
So you lose all that learning. You lose all that complexity in your life.
Yeah. Because you buy meat from the supermarket where no animals were harmed.
Yeah. But whereas my kids grew up in a house where they know they see a deer with the skin off.
Yeah.
And they know me cutting it up. They know me cooking it. They help us make sausages.
Yeah.
That's all almost an antique scenario.
Yeah.
But
and it's the worst shame. It's a
But
travesty for our children.
your kids, my kids, they appreciate it more because they've been part of the process. They know.
And they understand it.
Yeah.
It's the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then people grow up with things about, you know, so if you kill deer, you must hate them. And it's like, how do you get there? Or you
Quite
race
the opposite.
greyhounds and every now and then they get injured and they die.
Yeah.
So you must dislike them and you're not caring for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys aren't lining up to
Well, they can't differentiate the difference between greyhound racing and dogfighting.
100%.
Yeah,
That's a great comparison.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
think it's the same.
And not only that, and we were talking about passion before. I mean, a lot of these greyhound races, greyhound trainers have been doing it all their lives. So it's a reason why there's a lot of 80-year-old men are getting out of bed in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's something they look forward to.
You take that away from them, and what do they do?
Mate, what could be better than getting up first thing in the morning before the sun rises and taking your dog for a walk and seeing the sun come up?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You've got to have something to get you out of bed every day.
Absolutely glorious.
And you want to race that dog at the end of the week.
Absolutely.
And you meet all the other community that's there.
Yep. You know, and
you're not making tons of money out of it, but it's something that you love doing. That's just your hobby. It might be. It might be. You know, model train sets.
Yep.
You know, like it might be the men's shed or whatever. But for you, it's greyhound racing. That's
Yep.
your community.
Absolutely.
That's your culture. That's your everything.
Yep.
So, but and
Yeah,
then
and
someone
not
comes along and
only-
goes, I don't like that because I'm an idiot and my politics.
But not
is-"
only that, it's a community too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
it
the
is.
community around that is
Yeah.
your community. And that's
Absolutely.
what you do. That's what you're into. And they want to say, no, go and do something else.
Yeah.
But they don't care about you
Yeah.
because they look
Well,
down their nose at you.
Well, I can tell you, like, coming from Tassie, you know, half an hour drive is a long drive.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people think, well, why would I drive that? But like some of these greyhound races, they'll drive from one end of the greyhound trainers, sorry,
Yep.
will drive from one end of one side end of the state to the other.
Yep.
You know, and they'll do it on a weekly basis. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we went to Elric and we met those people.
Oh, Elwick.
Elwick.
Elric.
We went to those.
Okay.
Sorry?
Yeah. You said Elric. Elwick. Yeah.
I said Elric, but it's Elwick. Okay.
Elwick. Yeah.
But we went there and we talked to those people and we, you know,
Yeah.
we asked them, you know, for like testimonials almost.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself. What does it mean to you?
Yeah.
And it's all the same, intergenerational.
Yeah.
This is what we've always done.
Yeah.
And we met the guy who runs the hair up in the box. And
Up
he was
in the
what,
box, yeah.
84 years old or something.
Yeah.
That's what he does every night, sitting
Yeah.
out there in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
He loves greyhound racing.
Absolutely.
He's not getting paid for that.
You,
Yeah.
you look at all. You look at all the things that we as a party fight for. They
Yeah.
are all intergenerational. They are all community based. They are
Absolutely.
all cultural
Absolutely.
based.
And mate, you can't get, you know, a longer standing culture than fishing and hunting.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
Even before it was a culture, it was a necessity.
Yes, I
You
know.
do it for enjoyment. You had to,
Yeah.
or you were dead.
Yeah.
Everyone's got hunters in
There
their
you go.
family. You have to think about it, but you do.
Absolutely.
Everyone had hunters
Mate,
in their family.
And even back in the day, before you had hunting magazines,
Yep.
you had hunting scenes on cave walls.
100%.
Yep. So it's always been part of the human DNA.
Yep. No
So-
cave paintings of salad, Carlo.
No, that's
No,
right.
absolutely.
That's it.
Thanks very much, Carlo.
No worries.
worries,
Thanks,
you're
Carlo.
welcome.
Thanks
Let
for
you get
coming
back
up.
to it.
Anyway,
Appreciate it.
Yep. Then have a good one, folks. We'll see you soon.
Okay, we now have Nadrasakis with us. If you've ever been to a polling booth, you may have seen
Nudge.
Nudge,
Yeah.
affectionately known as Nudge. Nudge, welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
No. How long have you been involved in the party, and just how did you get started?
Well, I've been a member of the party for a few years. I don't know the exact year that I joined, but I've been a member for at least a decade, if not more. And I helped out on polling booths and assisted with, you know, distributing how to vote cards and call flu signs and stuff like that. And then I ran for the upper house a few years ago, and then I ran for a lower house seat in the seat of Maitland, and I've helped out on polling booths all around the state and out of state. Actually.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, not just in New South Wales, but you've done some stints down to Victoria
Yes.
for Ethan and Jeff.
Yep, I've helped out in Victoria a couple of times now, and I'm going to help out in the future as well. I feel like I'm giving back to the party. I mean, the party helps us out, all our, you know, hunters and shooters, target shooters. The party supports us, so we've got to support it.
And when you say you do the polling booths, I think you're underselling it a bit. You know, when you do the polling booths, you do the polling
You do
booths.
the
So
polling booths, yeah.
you'll take weeks off work.
Yes.
You know, particularly when we had
True.
pre-poll for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't do that anymore.
No.
But when it was 2 weeks, you would take 2 weeks off work.
I'd take 3 weeks off.
3 weeks.
If we had 3 week pre-poll for some of the federal seats, I'd take the time off, and I'd make sure I was the first one on the polling booth. Make sure I get the best real estate to put as many signs as I can out before the Liberals, the Nationals, the Labor Party could put their signs out, or even the Greens. I'd be the first one there and the last to pack up for maximum exposure, and I'd be there every single day. I'd man it the whole day to make sure that we get maximum exposure.
Yeah. If we could bottle your blood in terms of volunteers,
And we could put you in a machine and
That's
clone
hard.
you.
That'd be hard to do, but yeah, you need people that are really keen and dedicated to the cause to be able to do that. And a lot of younger people aren't as keen as us older people, but and some of us older people just don't have the stamina to stand at a polling booth for 12 hours every single day for 2 to 3 weeks. It's pretty demanding, but I enjoy it, so I do it.
But I think even if it's 1 hour or 2 hours, you know, you'd see it because you're there, how much it helps in terms of putting the brand out.
There's a lot of people, I think we worked it out, about 20% of people that come up to the polling booth don't actually know who they're going to vote for, and they want to decide at the last minute. So they collect all their how to vote cards, and on the back of the how to vote card there's normally information, but there's always guys that want more information. So having a person at the polling booth to answer those questions or to direct them in the direction of where they can find that information, whether it be online through the Shooters Fishers Farmers Party webpage or directing them to the state directors, giving them the phone number so that they can ask the question to the appropriate person. Just having that person there at the polling booth helps out a lot.
100%. Yeah.
If you don't have the manpower on the ground, it's makes it difficult. The other parties that do have people there end up taking that 20% that are undecided, and you don't want that because it could be the Greens, could be Animal Justice Party.
So what brought you to the party 10 years ago, as you said?
Well, I'm a keen shooter. Like, I've been shooting since I was 18. I've been a shooter, mostly target shooter, but I've done a little bit of hunting as well, and I'm a pistol shooter and a long arm shooter. But I joined the party because I feel that we're a minority group that are targeted by the politicians, and they want to take firearms off the law-abiding citizen, and they want to put us in the same bucket that the criminals are in, and we're not. We're law-abiding citizens, and I believe that we should have the right to enjoy our sports and recreation.
By the very nature, we are the most law-abiding because of all the hoops we have to jump through and the checks and balances.
We're the most trustworthy, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
And yet they treat us like we're not. We're the opposite.
And look, I think you also set up a branch too.
So we established the Newcastle and Greater Region branch maybe 10 years ago. I can't remember the exact year now because it's just all become a blur since COVID and all. But we started the Newcastle Greater Region branch. So we have people from around Maitland, Cessnock, Foster, Lake Macquarie, all those areas around Newcastle sort of come and congregate at Newcastle. And we used to hold a meeting once a month, but now as people get busy again, it's sort of a little harder to congregate. But we're still running as a branch. I believe Cessnock were going to start up their own branch. I don't know what happened there, but
more branches the better.
That's it.
More the better, more the merrier. So how we get our volunteers is by people attending our branch meetings and talking to people like us, and we get guest speakers like Mark and Robert, and they come in and they talk to us and they can answer any questions that you might have. If you've got any local issues or state issues, you can bring it up to the party at our branch meetings, and we can direct those issues further up to see if we can resolve them at our level at Parliament. So
100%.
So the sub branches and all these local area branches that we've got, there's sort of like where we gather the information from you guys that are got issues that you can't resolve through Labor and Liberal. You can come to the Shooters, and guaranteed as soon as the major parties hear that we're picking up that issue and we're going to deal with it, they run scared and it gets resolved immediately. The greyhound industry was one of those things where they were going to shut the industry down, and we got involved and we fought. They lost the seat in Orange because we fought so hard to keep the industries open, and they were determined to close it. Because of us and the pressure, we kept the greyhound industry. Now it's still thriving. Other industries like the taxi industry were getting robbed. The only party that really stood up and dragged other minor parties along to help us was us. The Shooters Party was the ones that saved the taxi industry from losing a lot of money. It's those little issues that people don't see that the Shooters Party really fight
we
for.
took with the taxis. We took a 50. I think it was a $50 or $60 million compensation package, and we elevated it to close to $1 billion worth of compensation.
Yeah.
So it was a huge mammoth.
A massive win for...
massive win. Yeah,
so it's all those sort of issues that people don't really see, that the party is not just about guns and fishing. We do target the government and hold them to account. So if it wasn't for the Shooters Party holding the two majors to account, who knows what they'd get up to. They'd get away with murder.
Look, I might just also say, like, from the branch side, when you join a branch and you get involved in your local branch, you can bring policy ideas upwards.
100%.
So that's why we encourage branches, and we are constituted that way. So it's a branch upwards. So branches are our bread and butter. So if there's something you believe in, join your local branch. Don't just join the party. Speak to your branch about what you want to lobby about or what policy ideas you have, and then up it goes.
Or if there isn't a branch, get 10 mates and start one.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
It's not hard. You just need a minimum of 10 to start the branch itself. You need 4 dedicated people to be on the committee, and even nominate yourself to take a position and run with it. And if you're
be active,
if you're not sure how to run it, come and attend another branch that is active and see what we do. And then take it from there. All the minutes, all the proceedings and the procedures, they're all easy to follow the bouncing ball. The party actually gives you the structure to run the meeting and how to record the minutes. It's really, really easy. Anyone can do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Nudge.
No worries.
We love you, Nudge.
Thank you very much for your help.
No worries.
And we appreciate everything you've done for us.
We just want to find that machine where we can copy you and replicate you.
I wish I could
have 50 Nudge branches. We love that.
Appreciate it, Nudge. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Well, we're here, back again. Brian Boyle, living legend.
BB, Bilbo Baggins.
BB. How long you been part of the party, and how'd you get started?
How did I get started? Well, I'll try and make it short because I know we only got 5 minutes. So in 1995, I was finishing my honours degree, and a guy called Dr. Johannes Bauer said he'd met this guy, Robert Brown, who was an interesting dude in Sydney about deer. And he says, you should meet this guy. And then never happened. I went back to Tassie, and then I came up to Victoria, and I finished my honours degree on deer. And then out of the blue, I got an email from Robert Brown going, we've got this job for a operations manager in the Game Council in New South Wales. Do you know anybody who would be suitable for it, or who could go for it? And I says, I know shitloads of guys who do it, but I'm not going to pass it on because I want the job.
In 95 or 2005?
Oh, no. In about 2002, sorry.
Yep.
So in 2002, so I got this thing come out of the blue. So it was obviously through the introduction of Johannes, because I hadn't met Robert Brown. And so Brownie actually came down, and I was a ranger in charge at some Lake Eldon or Cathedral End. They actually interviewed me just out of Melbourne for the job, and at the end of the interview he said, Brownie says, you got the job, but and I noticed that Ross McKinney, who was the CEO, sort of reacted and wasn't that keen on it. I went through a secondary interview, and I came up to Sydney. I was up there looking at Andrew Moriarty's PhD research, and had a wee bit to do with him at that stage, and because I'd done that honours degree in Tasmania, and I went through an interview for the Game Council.
I know this story.
Yeah, and we get to the end of the interview, and Robert Borsak, it was with Leyenham and Borsak. And Rob Borsak goes, "When was the last time you hunted?" I went, "Yesterday." And he went, I went, "Yeah." I says, "I've actually got a stag and a couple of spikers in the back seat or in the back boot of my Commodore." And he went, "Bullshit." And he went, "Oh, okay." Anyway, so the interview finished there, and he marched me out to the Commodore, and I opened it up, and there was 3 deer in the bag, and he went, "Oh, okay. Come back to my place. We're going to have a cup of coffee." And so I got a job with the Game Council, and obviously there was a link to the Shooters Party, which became stronger when I had left the Game Council. Had a wee bit to do with it in the Northern Territory, and and I've been a member for, I don't know, on and off for 20 years. And then I was working for the Northern Land Council, which is an Aboriginal council that manages, all the stuff in the northern part of the Northern Territory. And I was their regional manager for Aboriginal programs from through the Savannah Way, which goes from Djuric through to Connemara. And one day I was just pulling up into my quarters, in Connemara. There was Aboriginal kids kicking a footy in bare feet on the red dust road. A couple of camp dogs fighting over a kangaroo leg. And Robert Borsak calls me up and I go, oh shit, I haven't talked to Robert for a while. Click. He goes, mate, I got this job. Would you be interested? And he spelled it out. I went, oh yeah, shit, I'd be interested because I wanted, I'd like to move back to. I've been in, almost 10 years in the NT after what happened to the Game Council and done a few different things. And so I called my wife. She goes, hell yeah, except to start with an F and ended with a K. We'll go back to New South Wales, be close to our grandkids. And so that's where the link came. And so I, all of the stuff that linked in behind and also the link with it was a natural fit for me. Before I came to Australia, I don't know how long, too long for 5 minutes, but I was a shearer, I was a slaughterman, I did possuming, did 2/3 of an accountancy degree and hated it. I did 3 years at uni doing a park ranger thing and I managed parks over there, had a look at game animal management. And then I came to Australia, Tasmania, did an honours degree on fallow deer. So it was a natural fit. And then I went into biosecurity. And I'm sorry I've used up the 5 minutes, but that's how I did the connection with the Shooters Party.
Yep. No, well, look, you're a wealth of knowledge in our office, I have to say.
Yeah. Way overqualified.
Way overqualified.
Way under salaried.
Well, that's not my problem. You need to talk to
overqualified, underpaid.
You need to talk to you need to talk to Parliamentary Services about that. That's not my job.
Classic politician even palms off the staff. His own staff, he palms them off.
If I could pay them more, I would. I don't control it.
He goes into Teflon mode immediately.
Yeah. I've never had so much fun. Honestly, I've never had so much fun. Also, actually, the one thing I like doing for the Shooters Party is trying to bring science into the discussion.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get a bit boring. The boys just about choked the other night about something about kangaroos when we're eating something and I talk about it. But
I don't get bored by it. What do you mean? I love it.
No.
I enjoy it, but
I'm only a junior scientist as well, very junior, but just trying to bring some of that science into Parliament instead of emotion.
Yeah, and I enjoy the fact that when we speak about that on the floor of Parliament, it shits the dreams to no end. There's nothing more than I love than shitting the dreams to no end.
Yes.
So thank you for giving us that wealth of knowledge to do it. So.
Yeah, so I just really think that when you think about what happens, and the people who come into Parliament and the people who support our guys, it's not just the young smart people, and we need young smart people, but we also need people with a little bit of field experience, a little bit of knowledge, and we got to go back to the science all the time because the science is the thing that kills people. And the one thing that we're not getting with game management, feral animal management, or most of the things, forestry management, climate, is science.
It's all emotion.
It's all one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all one-sided. It's all emotional.
Yeah.
So I keep equating them to smoking companies that have research that's saying that smoking is good for you all the time. If there's no one countering them, that's the only science that you've got, then they're backed by science.
Yeah.
So we've got to do our best to be more science-backed by these things.
Well, we've also got to understand that if you keep repeating something, it becomes a political truth.
100%.
And then if the political truth becomes a reality truth, that's what, and we have to keep fighting that.
Yes.
And our friends in Parliament keep repeating stuff, and they will repeat it, repeat it, and repeat it until it becomes their truth. And then it becomes the inner city truth, and then unfortunately it affects the rest of the state. And that's the whole thing about our party is, you can't beat, what's going on behind here. It's just really good country people that are just being dumped on whether it's forestry, whether it's these solar bloody panels, whether it's this ridiculous, wind farming.
Just been railroaded left, right, and centre.
Yep, left, right, and centre for these city people who never come out here. They might go to, one of those resorts over in the bays there, but they never come and do any of this shit.
Holiday parks, but that's it.
They outsource their conscience to the bush.
Never set foot in a paddock. Never live it.
You pay for our sins.
Yep. Why can't they have solar panels along every freeway in Sydney?
Yep.
Why can't they have windmills
or up and down
on the north heads?
Yeah.
Show your
commitment. Up and down the the Coogee to Bondi walk. Why can't they have wind turbines up there?
Yeah. Why can't they?
It's good enough for out here. Why isn't it good enough for in there?
Every car park in Sydney should have small wind turbines.
100%.
Show your commitment. Let's see your commitment to
100%.
global climate change.
100%.
Can't just keep outsourcing your guilt all the time.
Yeah. And that's what happens, just. And half of those guys have hardly ever go, west of the, the wall, the Blue Mountains wall, or go north or go south. They go out to everywhere else, holiday, come back. While they're flying, do they sail on ships that don't produce carbon? Do they go on yachts? No, they don't. They fly.
And those people, if they had a photo board of all the deer in Australia, they wouldn't be able to identify the 6 species. They wouldn't be able to identify even the pigs. Or even.
That's not.
I dare to say what a rabbit or a fox is.
They just need to know that the impacts are out there, and the fact is that the governments are never going to be able to even touch the sides. And the thing is, with deer will fill every place ecologically that they can go to. That's just a given. And it doesn't matter how much the Invasive Species Council, the Greens, say otherwise.
Eradication
that's going to happen.
Is impossible.
And the best experiment ever is what's happening in South Australia, because that's the most open environment. If they do not get 100% eradication in that state, what chance have you got in Victoria? What chance have you got in New South Wales? No chance. Imagine in those subtropical stuff in Queensland going up.
But in South Australia, they spent $1 billion on a battery. And they turned it on, and it powered less than 30% of the state for one day.
Fantastic.
So, they're
still a result.
They're pretty
fantastic.
If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything. And they just, they'll fall for anything.
So that was how my connection with the Shooters Party started. So it's just, I really like the fact that we have this really, we stand for basic standards, moral standards, and. We are very middle of the road.
100%.
Normal people.
We do not have extreme views on anything.
Yeah, we are just.
We speak for the everyman. You stop anyone in the street, you run our policies by them, and it's common sense policies. Yep.
So that's the thing I like. Like we're not going to swing left, we're not going to swing right. We just stand for basic, common sense policies.
And that's what our enemies don't like, unfortunately.
Well,
they've staked themselves out in the boundaries. And we're here in the middle just going, hang on a second, what about the normal people?
Well, we just travel up the road, and, we just travel for 150 k's to get here, and there's koala signs, and you go, wow, why is the koala really in danger? This is just the edge of one freeway, and there's koalas from here all the way to Rockhampton, because I drove down when I came from the Territory. There's signs about koalas all the way from Rocky down to Melbourne. For God's sakes, it does not qualify to be an endangered species.
No. Well, they just brought out the koala, latest results of the koala monitoring program, and it just shows the figures of koalas. The numbers of koalas just unbelievable. So this decision about the Great Koala Park wasn't about saving the koala. It was a political decision to position the government in a light that was more green, to grab those green votes from the Greens Party. That's all it was.
And in the meantime, they dump on how many hundreds or thousands of families.
City politics gets played out in the bush.
Dump them.
Close to 5,600 jobs that will be impacted by this decision in the north.
What are those people going to do? Move into Sydney?
No. That's
and go work in the NDIS? What are they going to do?
This country, and you come up here thick bush, rolling hills. It's not spectacular. Is it going to be a tourism? It is not.
No,
it's just
they're not going to come to watch koalas in the trees.
It's just going to be a bunch of bush.
Yeah. And they know that.
Yeah, they know.
They know that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's great.
We love you, Brian.
We love you, Brian.
Yeah.
Looking forward to working with you for another 30 years.
No.
All right, we're here. Andy Wood.
Yeah.
Welcome. How'd you get started with the party, and how long have you been involved with the party?
Well, I got started with the party in 2019. I'm from Goulburn, a lot of people know, and I've shot with SSAA since I moved in there in 2003. And 2019 was the year that they restricted conditions on our range, took centrefire away from us. And so I rang the parliamentary office actually, and spoke to people, and then I spoke to some more people about it, and people said, well, have you thought about becoming a candidate? And I had always thought that politics was something that you get into if somebody else tells you you should be part of it. And so I talked to some of my friends and said, is this the right thing that I should be doing? And they said, if you feel strongly about this, yeah, I think you should. And so I stood for seat of Goulburn in 2019 for the election, and it was a really liberating experience, because I just got to go out there and say, this is what I believe in. You're not having to justify yourself, especially like working as a school teacher as I was at the time. You're always trying to sort of not offend people and not lose your job. And I just went out there and told people what I thought. All of the party's policies agreed with my personal beliefs, and it was just a really freeing thing. And then the election was over, and we pulled about 9%, I think, which was an amazing result for a first tilt.
Yep.
And I went back to work as a school teacher again and went, oh, this is horrible. What am I doing here? And
after holding your tongue.
Oh, it was just awful. And I was already pretty demoralised. And it was the end of that year that I decided that I would give up my full-time position at that particular high school. And then 2020 was COVID.
Yeah.
And I worked part-time as a primary school teacher and that sort of thing. And we like lost our savings and half of our income, and my mental health was 100 times better.
Yeah.
And that was sort of the path towards working for the party. And I only started working for the party just over 2 years ago. But I have to say, all of those people out there who are passionate about something, for me it was politics. But if you're passionate about doing something and your current job is doing your head in, then start looking for a way out. Start looking to do something that you're passionate about. If it's hunting and shooting, if it's fishing, if that's what it is, then find a way to do it. And, I felt, I'm a Christian, and I felt that I was really being guided that way. And I sort of hung around. I was on council for a couple of years when they had those really short terms, and I learned some hard lessons by not getting re-elected. But you know what?
That's politics.
It is politics,
Yeah.
and the party's been up and down with things at different times. But one of the things I really admired. Well, I work for Robert now. I didn't say that, but I work for Robert Senior at Parliament House, and I work with Mark, of course.
Do you want to tell people what you actually do?
Oh yeah, I suppose I should.
Yeah, that's probably the most one of the most important things. You're a really important part of the team.
I've rabbited on, haven't I? So what I do at Parliament House is mostly I help people to get their firearms back, or get their suspensions lifted, or get their revocations set aside, or help them get their gun licences in the first place.
Which is a very important function of the party that people don't quite recognise. That being the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party in Parliament, we are a touch point for people to talk to us about their firearms issues. And Andy is that contact point, that crucial contact point that we have in Parliament. So the firearms queries come through Andy, and he's someone that triages everything that comes through and decides what we can do, what we can't do, how we can help.
what direction we might push you in, and the advice that you give is crucial.
Yeah.
Because there's no one else. You know, if you try and talk to the bureaucracy, you get nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And if you talk to the government, you get nothing.
Yeah.
You talk to the opposition, you get nothing. And we're the only party that provides that service to members, non-members alike.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we are.
That's really something that we do that is undervalued, overlooked.
It's our bread and butter. Like how many?
It is our bread and butter.
How many?
Regardless, we help people.
Yeah. And how many hours in your day, normal day, would be dedicated to those individual
Half
firearms?
my time is taken up with that sort of thing. And the interesting thing is that there's a lot of people who, I'm not going to say there's a lot of people I can't help, but there are a significant amount of people that I end up referring on to lawyers because they need legal help.
Yeah.
And when they come back to apply for their licence again, then we can advocate for them.
Yes.
But once something goes to NCAT or to the courts, our parliamentary advocacy ends there. Unfortunately, we can't do anything. But we do have that leverage. We have straight line contact with the police minister's office. And right at the moment, and people should know this, our current police minister, her husband's a hunter, right? So she understands what
They
it's
listen.
like.
Yeah.
And they are listening to us.
Yeah.
But they're listening to us.
Yeah.
They're not listening to the lobby groups out there.
Yeah.
The lobby groups don't have any power.
Yeah.
You need to have someone in Parliament who actually has that access to the minister's office.
Yeah.
Who's actually, who actually has the power for them to listen to.
Yeah.
And that's what Shooters, Fishers, Farmers has
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
than any other party.
Look, and it was Andy that actually said, I do so much in this firearm space, in the advocacy things, or the advocacy space for our constituents, and it was you that said to me, we need to put something out there on social media about what to do if your firearms or your ammos is seized. And you gave me that script and we made that content based on that. And that's all Andy, because Andy's been through it. Andy's seen it. Andy's done it. Andy's, so all of that great advice that we had there, that was Andy, because he's seen it. So this is what we're talking about, the people that don't get appreciated for what they do. But there's a lot of people out there, a lot of license holders out there that you've helped.
Yep.
Yeah.
That, you really deserve thanks for, mate. So
Well, thanks for that. I mean, I suppose the same reasons that I came into politics in the first place were making sure that shooters didn't cop the death of 1,000 cuts.
Yep.
Because that's what bureaucracy, that's what certain levels of the police, that's what certain parts of the government would have happened to us. And we are a soft target.
Yep.
As someone said to me the other day, the police would rather draw attention to legal shooters than they would like them, focused on other things that they're not doing well.
Yes.
So, drugs, that's bad.
Yep.
Illegal tobacco, they can't win that.
Yep.
There's so many of these other things, but look, licensed shooters.
There's a soft target.
Yeah, that's right. So look over here. Yeah. So and I have to say, part of my job, it has been a learning experience, and it's a constant learning experience because the Firearms Registry are always trying another angle to take licences off people, to make it difficult to own guns, to annoy people out of shooting.
Using those regulations, not the laws.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
and often misinterpreting the regulations.
Oh, they don't understand the law at all. So it is that constant battle, and we've had help. Like I won't mention his name, but there's a young barrister. I hope he gets to see this, but there's a young barrister who helps me all of the time.
Yes.
And his legal advice has been of tremendous help.
Yeah.
And he's referring shooters to lawyers who are suitable for their cases and helping them out in that.
He knows who he is. We love him. We support
that's right. He's doing great stuff.
Thank
He's a
him. We
shooter
love
as well.
him. Yes, he's one of us. He's
So-
doing the Lord's work. Yep.
Yeah, so this sort of thing, and other party members who've helped us out as they've gone through their own struggles. It is a learning experience for us all the time to find out how we can best help people. So so please do get in contact with me, get in contact with us if you have those struggles, and we'll do our best to help you out.
And look, I think that's why we're here. And that's why you need us in Parliament is to do this work. So
this advocacy,
Yeah.
this support, and
end of a phone, at an email address, someone that's going to be there to reach out to help you. If you reach out, they will help you. That's something that doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it can't be understated. So, what is it? Firearms at SFF?
Firearms at sff.net.au.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry, I've got like 4 emails I watch. But
No, but that's our main one now.
Yeah,
that's the one.
So that is the one. Look, I want to put it out there that there are some police out there that are really trying to do their job. They are supporting our members, and they're trying to get a fair deal, but they are surrounded by procedure and by other police officers who, as someone said, think that they're at the spear tip of stopping illegal guns.
Yes,
right?
yes. We have absolutely no gripe with rank and file police.
No, not at all.
You know, the old song "F the police" from NWA. No, it's "F the police's boss." It's the people on top that are making the rank and file do these things to us. We know that. Most common sense people know that. They're simply playing out, enforcing policy, enforcing, regulations and things that are put from the top down. We know that. We know that. And a lot of people out there have had the police show up to their place and they're expecting some sort of confrontation. And the police are very normal. Police are very polite. They just want to do their job and get out of there. They know you're not a threat. They know you're not the person to be picked on. And yet when you look at the media, the bosses of the police, the commissioners, the ministers, they're the ones, and all the studies, they're all saying that the police are so worried and they're so worried about licensed firearms owners. But we know, like I said, when they come to your house, they're not worried about you. No. They're not on guard. They're there knowing that you just got to just go and do something and then they get on with their day. We know that.
Yeah.
So don't be, the rank and file police that come and visit you are not the enemy. It's the people that are in charge of them, making them do silly things.
Yeah.
They're our targets. They're the ones that we want to change, the direction that they're going in, the policies that they're enforcing, because we know that they're not proper and just, and they're in some cases ridiculous.
And I might add, there's a silent amount and a large amount of police officers that hold firearms licenses as well.
Yes.
And civilian firearms licenses, and they feel muzzled and frustrated about the things that go on.
Yes.
And I speak to them in different places at the range where I shoot, and in different occasions, and they feel that frustration. They want a fair deal for shooters.
Mate, if you think that a teacher couldn't speak his mind, you think a police officer can speak their mind?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Absolutely. It has to be absolutely off the record.
Yes.
Everything has to be off the record.
Yes.
Because, it's their job.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're ultimately doing what their bosses tell them. Mm-hmm. Even though some of them are good people, common sense people, working people, just like the rest of us. They have to do what they're told. And a lot of the time, it's their livelihood. We've all been there. Right. We've all been there.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Andy, thanks for your work with the party. Thanks for your time you've put into the party. It's
look, it is
much
a pleasure.
appreciated.
It really is a pleasure to do this, and it's a humbling thing because people, like we all know, shooting is it's part of our part of our culture.
Yep.
And it's part of the lifestyle that we have, and it brings us together with our families and the people who are closest to us. It provides us with food, and for so many of us, it's a cathartic thing that we
absolutely.
get to get outside.
Oh yeah,
and just be part of things.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
that's
if
right.
you don't know,
and so it's an honour to help
try
those people out all the time.
Come on, better than drugs, believe me.
As one bloke said to me, the best thing you can do outside of bed.
Andy's got 8 kids. He knows.
Yeah, and we'll leave it at that, shall we?
Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Mark. I think that's it.
And that's all she wrote from our 30th anniversary at Kundabung. What a big night it was. So much fun. And thanks everyone that was involved. And thanks everyone that put it on, especially Pete Richards. You're the man. We love you. And we love your support. So remember everyone, speak up, stand up, keep the powder dry.